This is the 5 tech things you should know about, episode number 36 for April 30th, 2010. Brought to you by Mozy.com. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here, www.tvazine.com in association with geekazine.com, 608-205-4378 or geekazine@gmail.com. If you want to call and email and say hi or suggest anything for Geekazine podcasts. Of course, this show is impossible if it wasn't for our folks over at Mozy.com. Support Mozy. They support us. And guess what? You get a deal in the whole thing. 10% off backup of pictures, documents, music, videos, anything you want off-site. Especially if you have one of these little things called notebooks, because they can get stolen, they can get damaged, because they're portable. They're not like the desktop that sits in the living room. Although the desktop's just as important. You never know when somebody's going to steal it. You never know when you're going to have a fire. You're going to have some sort of damage. All your pictures, all your documents, all your videos. That's why you need to go over to Mozy.com and check that out. If you use the code GEEK, that's going to get you 10% off that already low price of $4.95 for the home membership. One computer backed up for $4.95 a month. For the price of a hard drive per year, it's about $50 per year. That's going to save you tons. If you use that code GEEK, that gives you another 10% off. We thank Mozy for being a continued sponsor. Go over to Mozy.com and check that out. Now, faster than we can stop talking about stupid iPhone prototypes and Gizmodo, who buys all those silly types of things, let's get into the 5 tech things you should know. Yes, this is going to be an iPhone-free situation. I'm personally boycotting Gizmodo right now. I do not like the way that they handled themselves. I do not like the way that this whole thing went down. And Gizmodo has been known to do stuff like this in the past. I don't think they're going to change. That's personal opinion. If you like Gizmodo or not, let me know. But I'm not going to their sites right now. No, just boycott. So. Let's get into some of the tech things here. We're going to talk a couple of articles about greenness here. Now, you're looking at the Jinmao Hotel in Shanghai. And when I think of stuff like this, I think of the Nakatomi building from Die Hard. You remember the big, with the waterfall and everything like that. Now, a place like that is not green, and it's not meant to be a green place. It's meant to be fancy, looking really good for clients and stuff like that, saying, hey, we got money. Well, nowadays, we're all focused on green technology and green implementation, and now they're starting to look at the buildings that we've built in these last 10 years. Now, the Jinmao Hotel was built around 1994 to 1998. This lobby looks really nice, but probably isn't the greenest lobby in the world. And there's probably some lobbies out there that just are screaming green, but right now, this is not one of them. And your buildings where you work, if you have a really big lobby, a really fancy lobby, you probably don't have a green lobby as well. And they're starting to look at this, and they're starting to wonder, well, geez, should we start thinking about stuff like this? Is the lobby in your building green? Let me know. Let me know. Should we be looking at lobbies? Should we be tearing down buildings, building up totally green buildings? Of course, this is going to be a big play in future construction. So are we done with the fancy lobbies? I hope they don't tear down Las Vegas, because there's a lot.
Yes, this is going to be an iPhone.
But of course, they have the Hoover Dam, which will pretty much save them on a lot of stuff as well. Now we go from kind of dissing the green to kind of supporting the green. Look at this. They're talking about tennis shoes with a special little fabric rolled up in the shoe that actually can start creating energy. What it's called is called piezoelectric energy. And the idea is, as you run, it squishes down on these little wrapped up devices, and that starts building up energy. They really want to get it to the point where they can actually power a cell phone with that type of energy. And I think they could really get that going. I think that would take a lot of running to do, a lot of walking. So not only would we be saving energy from plugging your cell phone in the wall, but we'd be out jogging and walking and doing activities so we could charge our cell phones, so we could charge our MP3 players. I think that's pretty cool, and I can't wait for this type of technology to really come out, especially when we start walking the halls of CES. I could have a fully charged iPhone.
So I'm
the
personally
whole time.
boycotting Gizmodo right now. I do not. But they handle.
All right, let's talk about the Boy Scouts and the Cub Scouts and all the other Scouts. I used to be a Cub Scout. Yes, I was a Boy Scout, too. I didn't get the Eagle Merit Badge or anything like that. But if I was in the Boy Scouts, I might think about this merit badge. Apparently, the Boy Scouts have decided to start a gaming badge for their merit badges. Now, it's not to play the most or the high score or anything like that. It's more the fact that how you have your games controlled. If you set up a schedule, for instance, I play 30 minutes of games, I clean my room, I get to play another 30 minutes of games. If the kids start really figuring out that gaming can be part of your life as well as getting things done, then you win this, or you get awarded this merit badge. I think this is a great idea. Now, this on the left, your right, you're right. You might see that might be the actual official merit badge looking. On the left is a merit badge that was done during my days when I used to do photoshopping for Worth 1000. I didn't do this one. One of the fellow Worth 1000ers did it. But check out worth1000.com, especially if you're a Photoshop fanatic and you like to create little designs. Is this a photoshopping contest website? Worth1000.com. It's a really great site.
This whole thing went down. Gizmodo has been known to.
And that might have sounded like a sponsorship right there. I just really promote Worth 1000. I think they do a great job. And, of course, I have a lot of Worth 1000 Photoshops out there, too, so you can check that out as well. Speaking of checking out, you should check out this guy right here. His name is Anthony Orsini. I had to look at the name. Anthony Orsini. He's from Ridgewood, New Jersey. He's the principal at a local middle school. And basically, he's speaking out about Facebook. He's saying, middle schoolers are not ready to handle Facebook. There's too much drama that can happen on Facebook, and these kids cannot handle it. He really wants to urge parents to say, Facebook is something when they get to high school, maybe past high school or something like that. But for middle school age, not a thing just yet. A lot of drama happens on there, and he says that a lot of counselors have to deal with a lot of that drama simply because it happens on Facebook. Now, there's some other people that are pretty much saying, yeah, it does bring in new drama, but, this is not new drama that they wouldn't experience 4 or 5 years from now when Facebook hits. Might be a little bit more experienced to handle this type of drama, but in all reality, they might as well learn as early as possible. Personally, I think kids shouldn't be on Facebook until they're 16. 13 is the average age the age for starting it, but it would be nice to see a 16 or older to get onto social networks like Facebook or MySpace or Twitter or any of those other ones. Keep the phones to the simplest functions like calling, like SMSing, and that's it. And go from there. And then teach them Facebook. Maybe we even need a Facebook class out there. Would you be part of a Facebook class?
In the past, I don't think they're going to change.
All right, let's talk about the HP Palm merger. $1.2 billion. It was an all-stock transaction, from what I understand. Hewlett-Packard bought Palm, which is a great move for them. Now, last week we asked the question, who would want to buy Palm? I did not have HP on my radar. I'll tell you that right now. But if you think about it, it's a great fit. Now with the iSlate coming out, they have an operating system that can turn around and become a bigger operating system for slates or TVs or anything. You have car navigation systems, whatever you want to use it for. Now, the other thing about HP is HP has been in this game for years and years and years. They used to be Palm's competition with the HP Jordana. When HP bought Compaq, they had the iPAQ series. So now they have all those older patents from iPAQ, from HP Jordana. They have all the handspring stuff, all the PDA information and technology from 1998, which is still relevant in this time. Now they add Palm to this whole thing. I think this is a very interesting merger, and I think we're going to see a lot of cool stuff coming out of HP's way if they plan this right. Like they've been saying as well, the iSlate could have a Palm OS. It might still have a Windows OS. they'll be a little bit more flexible and functional, and they won't have companies like Apple coming after them on little itty bitty patents like how to slide out a lock or something.
If you like Gizmo or not, let me know.
And that is your 5 tech things you should know about for this week. My name is Jeffrey Powers. If you liked the show, if you didn't like the show, please let me know over at geekazine@gmail.com. I want to tell everybody that's a podcaster, hey, we've got the Summer Podcast Contest starting up. We need podcasters to sign up for this contest. It's a great way to get more listeners to your show, whether you're a podcaster or a videocaster. Get on there. Get over to podcastmadness.com. Sign up. Of course, check out the video for that. For the 5 tech things you should know about, my name is Jeffrey Powers, www.tvazine.com, geekazine.com. Until next week.